Hello. Let's talk free effective advertising. Let's talk about your Google listing. Hey, it's how I find you to drop off my onboarding and introduction folder. But more importantly, though, it's how your patients find you. Hey, I get it. When I first when I first bought my lab in 2005, I think from 2005 to 2015, I spent about $500 on advertising. I bought business cards, but then everything changed. In the next 2 years after that, I spent about 20,000. I think that the Google listings, though, is important. It's something that I use a lot now. I mean, I use Google Maps for everything now. I mean, even places that I am going, I still punch it into Google Maps because it shows me the traffic. I'm going through a lot of Google listings now, as I said, to drop off my introduction and onboarding folder, which you can write to me on my website if you want me to mail you one. But back when I was in Mexico, I was stranded. I was stranded with a broken ankle. Yeah, that's me. I sat in a chair for 2.5 months. So I needed something to do. So someone wanted me to put together an advertising campaign for them. And I used Google Maps. I looked up orthodontics and orthodontists throughout the United States, state by state. And all that I can say is, well, my business partner won't allow me to do the face palming on videos. So I'm going to try to sneak in a picture here. But yeah, that was my reaction to most of the Google listings that I saw. I went through a few thousand actually. Some of them were okay. A lot of them were just, there was nothing there. There was one in particular, Dr. Kuta of Aligned House of Orthodontics in Detroit, that actually made me want to drive to Detroit to have my orthodontic work done. There was just something about the listing. Because if you talk to an advertising per person, you really have just a couple split seconds, couple fractions of a second to really capture someone. And then hers does. It drew me in immediately, made me want to click on their link. I mean, like I said, I get it. 15 years ago, it was all by word of mouth. We didn't have to do advertising, but now we do. We need the websites. When I moved back into this area and started a new lab, doctor friends of mine were telling me that I needed not only a website now, but that I need YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And I'm not doing that chat thing. Just, I don't understand that one. But with so much competition out there now, word of mouth does help, but a lot of people are just looking for stuff on Google Maps and they're seeing your Google listing. How does your Google listing look? I know how it looks. I know how 3,000 of them look. Like I said, I was stuck in Mexico for a long time, but it needs to be like warm and inviting. I did post about this on a couple of groups, and a few doctors did reach out to me asking me what I thought of their Google listing because they had put some time and effort into it. I referred everyone to Dr. Kukuta's Google listing, and then one doctor responded, well, yeah, she's young and pretty, so of course. I'm like, yes, she is young and pretty, and that's a part of it, but it's not the entirety of it, because I saw a few like older male doctors listings that I really liked as well, because they were warm and inviting. You really got to talk to an advertising person about this, because there's a way to capture there's a way to capture a feeling in the pictures, and that's all that you have. On your Google listing, you have a few pictures and a few videos. You have a split second to capture someone, to bring them in, to make them look more. So your Google listing is something that you should update, should look into. I saw a lot of Google listings that they're not even listed. It's just a building on the page. So it's just something that you might want to look into. You might help, because there's just so much competition out there. What's going to set you apart? How do you make your office and your practice look inviting? I got a write-up on there where I do talk about different pictures that attract me. For me, it's the warmth. I want to see warmth and a professionalism, like this person that I'm going to trust my care to. What is that going to look like? Where should I stop by? Because, hey, I'm in the Philadelphia area, within an hour drive, and I know this because I'm dropping folders off at them. There's over 50 orthodontists. So where should I go? It's just not always the word of mouth and the closest end anymore. People or consumers are starting to get smart. Also, as orthodontists, you're competing against dentists who are doing orthodontics, and you're competing against the do-it-yourself, which I think that really deserves this photo, the do-it-yourself orthodontics. So it's just something to look into. It's something to think about. It's something to talk to a marketing person about, someone to talk to a photographer about. I know photographers, so I know that I can be taking the exact same picture with the exact same equipment as them, and theirs are going to come out better because they have that certain eye to capture something. So that's my tip for the day. And I'm about to get ready to go drop off some more of my folders. So if you would like one mailed to you, just check out my website, check out my YouTube video, check out my Facebook, and I'm working on the Instagram and the TikTok. I am not doing that other thing because I don't even understand it. So, and anyway, times have changed. We got to change with them, whether we want to or not. Have a nice day. Okay, now that the business manager has approved the official video, I can add this to the end. I have to. Hey, I went through 2,500 to 3,000 of them. That's why I'm in love with Dr. Kuta, because it happened about like midway through. There were certain points that I was getting so bored that like my eyes were starting to bleed. Seriously. But I'm going to do a write-up or find the one that I did, because doctors were asking me about it. So I did a breakdown of like what I liked and what I didn't like, from the group photos, the doctor photos, like what I found appealing. I'm not a marketing expert. I'm not an advertising expert. I do have a background in communications, but I'm just a consumer that went through 2,500 to 3,000 of them. So I'll do the write-up and I'll add that to the Facebook group. So if you want to follow along on that, I can provide some more detail. Don't tell Brian about this.